Welcome Custodians. In this video we will discuss chapter 1 of history, that is the rise of nationalism in Europe. And today we will discuss liberal nationalism. The word liberalism is derived from a Latin word that is liber, Liber, that means free. So the word liberalism is basically talked about in social groups and in political groups. So socially speaking, it means freedom for all, that is freedom for the individual and equality of all before the law. No one should be given any special kind of privileges. And politically, this liberalism stands for the concept of government by consent. As after the French Revolution, this word liberalism, it stood for the end of autocracy and clerical privileges and establishment of a constitution and a representative government through parliament. So this liberalism stood for freedom of the individual and equality of all before the law, and the end of autocratic regime or autocracy and the clerical privileges, some special groups of society who were enjoying. Economically speaking, in the economic sphere, this word liberalism, it stood for the freedom of markets and the abolition of state imposed restrictions on movement of goods and capital. A Zollverein was formed that abolished tariff barriers, that reduced the number of currencies from 20 to 2, and that promoted a network of railways to stimulate the mobility of goods. And this Zollverein, it was a customs union which was formed in 1834, and it was as an initiative of Prussia and most of the German estates that this Zollverein was formed, that abolished interstate tariff barriers and they reduced the number of currencies. Then came a new conservatism. See, in the beginning it has been told that conservatives, they were ready for the change, but they wanted the old systems to be restored, but with a new manner. Only small changes were there. So they believed that established authorities, previously established institutions of state and society, they should be preserved with the changes initiated by Napoleon. They wanted the Napoleonic Code to be brought back, but with a few or small changes. Now, the Treaty of Vienna. It was in 1815 that the representatives of the European powers, Britain, Russia, Prussia and Austria, collectively they defeated Napoleon, and they met at Vienna to draw up a settlement for Europe. And this congress or this meeting was hosted by Austrian Chancellor Duke Metternich, and it they drew up the Treaty of Vienna of 1815. According to this treaty, the Bourbon dynasty, it was restored to power in France. A series of states were created on French boundary for preventing French expansion in future. The German Confederation was left untouched in this treaty, and the main intention of the treaty was to restore the monarchies that has been overthrown by Napoleon. The revolutionaries, with a commitment to oppose the monarchical forms which were established after the Treaty of Vienna, and to fight for liberty and freedom, it was a commitment, and that's why so many people, they became revolutionaries. And one such revolutionary leader was Giuseppe Mazzini. He was born in Genova in 1807, and he was a member of secret society of Carbonari. He founded Young Italy Society in Marseilles and Young Europe in Bern, and he actually believed in the unification of Italy into a republic. That's all we have in this video. The coming parts we will discuss in the next videos. Thank you and have a nice day.